dark night in Baghdad, the sky looked gloomy. Thick clouds covered the moonlight, and the wind whispered softly over the rooftops, rustling the leaves like mysterious whispers. Suddenly, from the northern part of the city, strange news was heard. The villagers of Al-Muhibin came running to the Baghdad marketplace, their faces pale with fear. "There's a demon in our village," shouted an old man. "It steals goats every night and leaves a foul smell near the well." A young woman added, "My child saw it. A huge black creature with glowing red eyes and a tongue like a snake." In just one night, rumors of the village demon spread throughout Baghdad. People shut their doors early, children were forbidden from playing outside in the evenings, and city guards began burning incense at street corners. Even the bravest of men dared not utter the word demon aloud. The news eventually reached the palace. Caliph Harun al-Rashid sat restlessly on his throne. He looked at his ministers, who exchanged nervous glances, but none dared to speak. The Caliph said, "We cannot let our people live in fear. Summon Abu Nawas, only he can handle this with a clear head." Before long, Abu Nawas arrived, wearing his usual thin smile and sharp eyes. "Did your majesty call for me?" he asked, bowing politely. "I want you to investigate the rumors about the demon, but be careful. Many have seen it, and they're all terrified." Abu Nawas bowed his head for a moment, then looked up casually. "I am ready to obey your command, your majesty, but allow me to do it my way." The Caliph nodded, though in his heart he couldn't help but wonder what trick Abu Nawas had in mind this time. Night fell. Abu Nawas returned to his home and began his preparations. He took a long black robe, an old goatskin mask, and a staff. Around his ankles, he tied small bells to jingle as he walked. He smeared charcoal on his face, added red paint around his eyes, then stood before the mirror. His appearance was quite terrifying, even to himself. "If they believe in demons, then let them meet one. Of my own making," he muttered. At exactly midnight, he arrived at Al-Muhibin village. The village was deathly quiet, as if uninhabited. All windows were shut tight, lamps extinguished, and only the sound of the wind could be heard. Abu Nawas began to walk slowly, making heavy sounds. "Oh, who's still awake? I have come to take your honesty." The bells on his feet jingled softly, just enough to make one's hair stand on end. A villager peeking from behind a curtain screamed, "The demon is here! Run!" That scream was like an alarm bell. Doors slammed shut, locks clattered, and some even hid in the well. Abu Nawas walked through the village, noting people's reactions, occasionally chuckling to himself. The next morning, Abu Nawas stood at the village hall. He asked all the villagers to gather. "My dear brothers and sisters," he said loudly, "last night you saw a demon. But do you know what it truly was?" Silence. No one dared to answer. The demon you saw was nothing more than a shadow of your own fear. You believed rumors. You spread stories that weren't verified. You even blamed a supernatural being instead of seeking the truth. A middle-aged man stepped forward slowly. "But we really did lose goats, Abu Nawas. And the well, it smelled strange." Abu Nawas smiled. "And because of your fear, you never checked the well, did you?" They nodded slowly. Abu Nawas led them to the village's edge where the well stood. He asked two strong villagers to open the lid, and immediately a strong stench wafted out. "This isn't the smell of a demon," Abu Nawas said, covering his nose. "It's the carcass of a goat that fell into the well." The villagers looked at each other. "Then who stole our goats?" asked the village head. Abu Nawas looked toward the fields and smiled. He walked to a small shack at the edge of the farm and knocked on the door. A man, known to be quiet and poor, stepped out, trembling at the sight of Abu Nawas and the villagers. "Excuse me," Abu Nawas said. "May we check your barn?" Reluctantly, the man nodded, and sure enough, behind his house, the 3 missing goats were found hidden. "Why did you do it?" asked the village head. The man lowered his head. "I only stole one at first, but when people started blaming a demon, I kept doing it. I thought no one would suspect me." The villagers were silent. Some were disappointed. others ashamed. Abu Nawas looked at them one by one. This is how demons work. Not through frightening forms, but through ignorance, fear, and prejudice that you let grow. A small child raised his hand. So, there's no demon? Abu Nawas smiled. There is a demon, but sometimes it doesn't look like you imagine. It can come through hoaxes, slander, or the fear we nurture ourselves. The villagers bowed their heads. They realized that what's scarier than a demon is fear without reason. From that day on, Al-Mahibin village changed. People became more cautious with news, more diligent in seeking truth, and more trusting of each other. And of course, they admired Abu Nawas even more for his cleverness. Abu Nawas returned to Baghdad with a satisfied smile. He didn't drive out the demon with magic or a sword, but with common sense and a touch of humor.